Hi everyone, excited to be here. We are doing chess challenges in pure chess. It's in the top right hand corner of the screen. We're going to bonus games, and we're going to go to mate and 4, and we're tackling today problem number 7. So let's go ahead and load up a screen here. Okay, we've got looks like a simple problem. There's not a lot of pieces here, but it can be kind of complicated. At least for me, I find it's a little more complicated when there's knights involved because of the weird sequence of moves and stuff. So if you'd like to hit pause, go ahead and do so. Okay, as always, I'm gonna try to break it down piece by piece, at least what I can. We have a rook on h1, and oh, by the way, black has this bishop on g2, which will take our rook away unless we, force some checks on the king. One possibility of a check is, of course, our knight on g6 to e7. That sequence does not work out. I've tried it many times. So we gotta figure out, how can we utilize? We want to utilize other pieces here. So we get this knight on g7. It can actually be very valuable, even if we just leave it where it is. We got to figure out how we work this rook right here at h1 with the bishop and, of course, maybe the king or, one of the pawns. Because let's take a look at black right here. Black has this knight, which is kind of a problem for us because it can do a lot of stuff. It can combine pressure on this piece with the bishop there. And it can defend a lot of squares. So we're going to have to, our solution is going to have to involve getting this thing out of the way or neutralizing it somehow. Well, we've got a rook, and we're going to need it to solve the problem. So that means our best option, I believe, is rook to h8, check. That's simple enough. Okay, we moved the king to the only flight square it had was f7. All right, we want to do a series of checks to keep this thing going here. Next move is going to be to sacrifice the bishop, and we're going to do that in order to build up a position. You only want to ever make a sacrifice if you can improve your position, or if you see something that will improve your position down the road, a strong position anyway. So we're going to put the bishop to check on e8, and black is going to capture with a knight, which is good because that knight was the problem for us. We wanted to move it out of there because that knight could do a lot of stuff, and now it can't. Next move is going to be king to g5. And the reason why I'm doing that is if you look at the king's flight squares, this is covered. Let's see. Rook right here covers these two flight squares. We got a knight right here that covers those flight squares. And this flight square is covered. The only flight square that is not covered is f6. So we're going to put the king to g5. Because if we go to f5, black is going to take their bishop and capture most likely this piece right here, and we won't be able to solve it in the number of moves we'd like to do in it. So, okay. Black does the bishop as we thought, but that doesn't really hurt us at all. So we've got this flight square blocked by the king. This flight square right here, e6 is blocked. And we've got these two blocked by the knight. Oh, and by the way, the knight is blocking the f8 square, which is good because that's where we want to take the rook. If we put the rook at f8, that essentially gives us checkmate. There's nowhere, the king will be in check, and there's nowhere it can go, and we win. And there we have it. The problem is solved. Yeah, that about wraps this up. I am signing out. Thank you for watching.